The cleaner you think your skincare routine is, the more likely you are putting at least 3 things on your face that Japanese women would never consider. Not because they have not heard of them, because they have looked carefully at what those things actually do to the skin over time and chosen differently. Japan consistently ranks among the top nations globally for skin health, complexion longevity, and the lowest rates of premature skin aging among industrialized populations. Not because Japanese women have access to superior products. Most of what fills a Western bathroom shelf is available in Tokyo. They simply do not buy it because the Japanese understanding of what skin needs is built on a fundamentally different premise from the one the Western beauty industry has been selling for 50 years. The Western premise is this: the skin needs constant intervention. Cleanse, correct, treat, moisturize, protect. Multiple products, multiple steps, multiple active ingredients working simultaneously to manage a skin that, left to itself, will deteriorate. Japan's premise is the opposite. The skin is not a problem to be managed. It is a system with its own intelligence, and the goal of a skincare routine is to support that system rather than override it. Number 4 is sitting on almost every Western bathroom shelf right now and doing the opposite of what its label claims. Number 7 is already in the kitchen, and most people have never once thought to put it on their face. Before the 7 items, one piece of science that changes how everything else lands. The skin barrier, the outermost layer of the skin, is not just a surface. It is a living ecosystem, a microbiome of bacteria, lipids, and proteins that regulate moisture, manage inflammation, defend against environmental damage, and produce the skin's own natural repair compounds. Dr. Zoe Draelos, dermatologist and editor of the Journal of Cosmetic Dermatology, has documented extensively how chronic overcleansing and synthetic ingredient overload disrupt this microbiome, producing the dryness, sensitivity, and accelerated aging that the next product in the routine is then purchased to correct. The Western skincare routine, in many cases, is solving problems it created. Japan never created them. The first thing Japanese women never put on their skin is a foaming cleanser. The foam is the problem. Foaming cleansers achieve their lather through surfactants, chemical compounds that break the surface tension of water and lift oil from the skin. They are extraordinarily effective at this, so effective that they do not distinguish between the excess sebum the skin genuinely needs removed and the protective lipid layer the skin barrier needs to function. A foaming cleanser used morning and evening strips both simultaneously. The skin responds by producing more oil to compensate. The person responds by cleansing more aggressively. The barrier responds by becoming increasingly compromised. This is the cycle most Western skincare routines are built inside of without knowing it. Japanese cleansing is oil-based. An oil cleanser applied to dry skin dissolves makeup, sunscreen, and excess sebum through the principle that like dissolves like, without disrupting the protective lipid layer beneath. The skin is rinsed clean and the barrier is intact. Tsubaki, camellia oil, has been used for this purpose in Japan for centuries. Rich in oleic acid, its composition closely matches the skin's own sebum, which means it absorbs without disruption and leaves the barrier in the condition it was designed to maintain. The second thing is hot water on the face. Every morning in most Western households, the tap runs warm to hot and the face is washed in it. Hot water on facial skin does 2 things. It vasodilates the blood vessels near the skin's surface, which produces temporary redness, and over time contributes to the broken capillaries most people attribute to age or genetics. And it dissolves the lipid component of the skin barrier, the same layer the foaming cleanser is already targeting, leaving the skin temporarily stripped and reactive. In Japan, the face is washed in cold or lukewarm water only. The practice of mizu, water, in Japanese skincare is about temperature as much as cleanliness. Cold water does not vasodilate, does not strip, and does not disrupt. It tightens, it preserves. The skin that has been washed in cold water for 20 years looks different from the one that has been washed in hot, and the difference is attributed to genetics when it is almost entirely attributable to temperature. The third thing is a physical exfoliating scrub. The microbeads, the walnut shell particles, the sugar scrubs, anything applied to the face with physical abrasive action. The logic is appealing. Remove the dead cells, reveal the fresh skin beneath. The reality is that the skin's natural cell turnover cycle, the process by which new cells rise to the surface and old ones shed, is a precision mechanism operating on a roughly 28-day cycle. A physical scrub applied weekly or twice weekly does not accelerate this cycle. It disrupts it, creating micro tears in the skin surface that allow bacteria in and moisture out, and triggering an inflammatory response the skin then has to spend resources recovering from. Japanese exfoliation, where it exists at all, is chemical and gentle, a dilute acid that encourages cell turnover without physical force, or it is not exfoliation at all. Rice bran, Nuka, has been used in Japan for centuries as a gentle facial treatment, its natural enzymes supporting the skin's own renewal process without the damage of physical abrasion. The skin that exfoliates itself, supported by gentle chemistry, is healthier than the skin that is physically scrubbed into revealing itself ahead of schedule. The fourth thing, the one on almost every Western bathroom shelf, alcohol-based toner. Most Western toners, particularly the clarifying and pore minimizing varieties, contain significant concentrations of alcohol. Alcohol on the skin does one thing instantly and visibly. It evaporates, taking moisture with it and leaving the skin feeling tight and clean. That feeling of tightness is not cleanliness, it is dehydration. The skin barrier requires moisture to function, and a product applied daily that systematically removes it is a product that is aging the skin it claims to be treating. Japanese skincare does not use alcohol-based toners. The Japanese toner equivalent, lotion in Japanese skincare terminology, is water-based, hydrating, and applied by gentle pressing rather than wiping. It delivers moisture to the skin rather than removing it. The distinction sounds small. Practiced daily for 20 years, it is not small at all. The fifth thing is synthetic fragrance in skincare. Fragrance in a skincare product is one of the most common causes of contact dermatitis and skin sensitization, a fact documented extensively in dermatological literature and consistently ignored by the marketing departments of most major beauty brands. Synthetic fragrance compounds are skin irritants. They produce an inflammatory response in the skin that is often subtle enough to go unnoticed in the moment and significant enough to accumulate into the chronic redness, sensitivity, and reactive skin that most people attribute to their skin type rather than to what they have been putting on it. Japanese skincare formulations trend strongly toward fragrance-free, not because of a regulatory requirement, but because of a cultural understanding that a product applied to the skin should serve the skin, and fragrance serves the nose at the skin's expense. The sixth thing is thick, occlusive moisturizer applied to unwashed skin. The Western moisturizing habit, a rich cream applied morning and evening, sometimes over a serum, sometimes under an SPF, is so embedded in Western skincare culture that questioning it feels radical. But a thick, occlusive moisturizer applied to skin that has not been properly prepared does not penetrate. It sits on the surface, sealing in whatever is already there, including the environmental pollutants, the residual products, and the excess sebum that the cleansing step may not have fully addressed. Japanese moisturizing is layered and light rather than single and heavy. Multiple thin layers of hydrating product applied to skin that has been properly cleansed and toned, each one absorbed before the next is applied, build moisture into the skin rather than sealing it at the surface. The skin that receives hydration in layers processes it differently from the skin that receives it all at once on top of itself. The seventh thing, the one already in the kitchen, rice water. The cloudy water left after washing or boiling rice contains inositol, a carbohydrate compound that penetrates the hair and skin shaft and supports cellular repair from within. Japanese women have used rice water as a facial rinse for centuries, long before any laboratory identified why it worked. Pour the rice washing water into a clean jar. Refrigerate it. After cleansing, apply it to the face with a cotton pad or clean hands and allow it to absorb before any other product. One ingredient, zero cost. A documented history of benefit that predates the entire modern beauty industry. 7 things. Each one either removed from the routine or replaced with something that works with the skin rather than against it. The bathroom shelf does not need more products. It needs fewer and better chosen. Tonight, read the ingredient list of one product currently in the routine. Look for alcohol, synthetic fragrance, and the surfactant sodium lauryl sulfate. What is found there explains a great deal about what the skin has been dealing with every single morning. Which of these 7 surprised you most? Tell me in the comments. And if someone in your life spends a significant amount on skincare and cannot work out why their skin never quite gets where they want it, send this to them today. The answer is almost certainly not another product. I will see you in the next one.